There's a 30-second delay on the broadcast. They do that with the PS4 because not everyone has the same connection speed, but you need at least a 5 megabyte to turn around. Yeah, I guess the best way to put it is this. Because of the fact that... Yeah, they made a 30-second deliberate lag, so that way it gives it time to load. No matter what kind of internet connection you have. Oh shit, just give me a second, like... It says it's not a... Yeah, you gotta go on YouTube. Okay, so it should be showing you now. The Graveyard of Giants. Well, that's what the map's called for Fighter Squadron on Battle of Jakku. How, like, even though we know, like, the names of the planets, it's like the Forest of Endor, even though it doesn't say Planet Endor. Or, like, the Jawa Refuge, and that's on Tatooine. Well, this one's called the Graveyard of Giants. Because remember, okay, the Battle of Jakku, what it is you know how when you watch the trailers for the new Star Wars, they show that, like... the desert planet where there's all those Star Destroyers and like starships that crashed into the desert, but they're all like old and shit, like it happened a long time ago. That was, well, what you're doing is the battle that led to that graveyard. It's like shortly after the Battle of Endor, the Battle of Jakku happened, and the scene we saw in Star Wars, that's the scene they shoot on Jakku is in the aftermath of that battle, like the graveyard left behind, I guess. It's the only way I can explain it. It's like, right now we're doing the battle that led to all the ships being in the positions that they were in the movie. You get what I'm saying, I guess? Yeah, so I think that's actually... So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, clearly the only reason why they made it free is to promote fucking the movie, but the fact they did it like that it's like, you see that big battle and you wonder what happened between the Rebels and the Imperials, because it says that was the last great battle. Like, that's when the Rebels defeated the Imperials, was in that battle, like the Battle of Jakku. Right out, because, well, they lost the Star Destroyer, and then after that they lost the Death Star at the Battle of Endor, and then they lost their remaining fleet of Star Destroyers at Jakku, and that's why there's so many of them crashed. I'm just waiting for the game to let me go in. I don't know why the fuck it's not. Yeah, I know, on the broadcast you'll hear me 30 seconds later what I said. No. Remember, there's lag on my end too for that shit. Did someone just knock? Alright, you have to go into your settings, and what you have to do is when someone's recording or broadcasting, you have to pick in your... Okay, pretty much what it is I already have this on my settings. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which setting it is. What I'm trying to explain to you is this, though. When you're recording gameplay, I can make it so that it includes audio, and also the audio of my friends, but you guys have to pick that makes it also so that your audio is heard too.
It's in party settings.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh, I already switched it over, so that's why I didn't bother to remember, I guess. And then you knew you'd be quicker to find
settings.
it. The thing with dyslexia is we're not really the best with letters.
Alright, I should start hearing myself now. Yeah, I hear myself already. Oh, I see you got the comment.
is it?
It's not exactly 30 seconds delay, actually.
No.
It's
Sorry, I'm
more
just dealing with something really
20
quick.
to 50. The delay is more like 20 to 15 seconds instead of 30.
Do you have Fallout 4?
I wish.
I can show you that one too, ironically.
You have every single game, don't you?
No, I got Fallout 4, Infamous Second Son, and Battlefront. And I have Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline. Those are the only ones I have so far. The rest of the other ones are all the download for free. The other ones are like they're download for free, pretty much. So it's like Warframe, shit like that. Or the games that I got through PS Plus for free.
We gotta play War Thunder together sometime. Maybe after.
I'm a fucking...
Actually, no.
You know, like the character Excalibur?
Excalibur.
Like, one of the first ones you get?
That's
You get Excalibur, Volted Mag. Those are the first three you can pick.
From what game? This game?
For Warframe.
Oh, I don't know that game.
Oh, it's free to play. You can download it.
Why do I remember
Warframe can be downloaded. Let me finish.
Excalibur?
Warframe can be downloaded from the PlayStation Store. It's one of the. It's just like War Thunder, where people on the computer and people on the PlayStation. Yeah, people on the computer and people on the PlayStation play it, and it's all about a bunch of cyber ninjas. Like I don't explain to you this. Imagine futuristic cyber ninjas with guns and fucking bow staffs, but they're like ether blades and fucking like shocks and like shock staffs. I don't know how to explain it. It's like. It's just badass as fuck. You know, like massive multiplayer online games where you do like survivals and you have like. I don't know how to explain it. It's a hack and slash game, but designed like an MMORPG. It's the best way to put it. But it's kind of like an RPG because you have stats for your characters. But you would like it. I mean, it's even though most RPGs aren't fast-paced, it's very fast-paced and it's visceral to a motherfucker. Okay, like you have like swords that pretty much cut in like one swipe. Okay, so when you finally get through their shield, you hit them with that kill shot, and they literally get cut in half, and you just watch their carcass and like literally get split perfectly. You know, where you cut them and then their guts spill out. Like, have you ever played Metal Gear Rising for the PS3? Have you ever played Metal Gear Rising?
Metal Gear, no.
Metal Gear Rising?
I don't have time to play a lot of games, I'll tell you that.
Well, you know like God of War, right?
Battle of War?
God of War.
Oh, God of War?
Yeah, Kratos, all that shit. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like, it's a hack and slash like that, but you can upgrade your character like an RPG. Like, the gameplay is like God of War, but the character progression is more like something like Final Fantasy. Ooh. Like, you get different skills you can use and shit. So it's like, the only way I can explain is this, it's like fucking World of Warcraft on steroids.
World of Warcraft on steroids, that's what my friend plays, she always
yeah, but World of Warcraft is too, you know what I mean? Like, you see a little circle around your character, right? And you tell him to attack a character, it walks up and they just start battling. You don't control it, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like hack and slash in this. Like, you hit X to, like, you move around with your left stick, you look with your right stick. Okay, it's third person, you have assault rifles you can get. Some of them are actually, they're like automatic repeating crossbows, so they can impale guys to the wall. It's like you could be a ninja, but using futuristic shit. It's like, you can get a bow, okay? You can get throwing daggers and all that stuff, but they're like made out of a type of energy. Like when they hit you, they use energy. You know what I mean? So it's like futuristic.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I never explain games well to people, and they usually don't end up trying it because of that. But the ones who actually do realize that I never get this hyped up over a fucking game unless it's actually that good. How many times have I complained about... How many times do I complain... Here's the best way to put it. Most of the times when you ask me about a game, I complain, right? About how shitty it was.
Yeah. But I have a question here. Why are we still loading for Fighter Squadron?
I don't know.
Like,
I think it's froze for me, to be honest, because it's the Battle of Yaku. Here, I'm going to exit Battlefronts, and then I'll...